What's up guys, Greg with Fischel Paddles here. I have another machine upgrade video for you. This time we're gonna take apart this Makita Hand Planer and we're gonna put a helical cutter head in it. You guys are gonna wanna watch to the end of this video because the results weren't what I was expecting. I'm using CSP tooling again, out of China. These guys are great. They did my 15-inch thickness planer. Also ordered a bunch of extra inserts for my 12-inch joiner that I already have a helical cutter head on. So that came in as well. I'm really stoked. Let's do the opening. Let's see what this new cutter head looks like, and let's get this thing cut and smooth. So you can see the original knives. This had one of those inserts, just carbide inserts. Don't get me wrong, this thing, like I said, it's been a workhorse. Replacing these inserts, super easy. They're solid carbide, so they cut really smooth. However, I was getting a lot of chip up, even with these straight knives, so I'm really hoping that this helical cutter head is gonna totally be a game changer on this thing. So, all right, let's open this thing. Ooh, look at that. I love this. Didn't even ask for the bearings and they just knew to send them. That is freaking awesome. Oh, look at that. Brand new knives. For my 15-inch, sorry, 12-inch. For my 12-inch Laguna joiner. Oh, and I fall in here. Where did that come from? There you go. There's their code for the Laguna. I also asked for a batch of extra screws for that. Just, you know, you never know, especially when you're replacing the whole knife. If you lose a screw in the whole machine, I would hate to have to go scrounging around for that. All right, look at that. There's our cutter head. We'll open that in a minute. Let's have a look at our brand new helical cutter head. Let's not cut ourselves, Greg. That was a little close. Look at that thing. I'm not gonna pull it out of the bag just yet, just because it's kind of covered in oil and stuff, which we'll leave it, but that's gonna be freaking awesome. Let's take this bitch apart. Okay, yeah, you know, that would take way too long. It's interesting. I don't see a key in there, like a shaft key. So I'm assuming this whole thing will come right out. They don't really give, you know, tutorials on this or anything. Let's see if we can take a flathead. There we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an easy job. Look at that thing. Easy peasy. So look at that, you just got your little motor there, and that's where you get your brushes in there. So I guess that's going to be the hard part, is just kind of getting those brushes back into place without ruining them. But for now, that's a pretty good sounding bearing. So is that one. But either way, in my experience, still replace the bearings. Okay, how do we get this apart? Okay, so that's pressure fitted. That's definitely pressure fitted. So let's see if we can get this guy off. Yeah, there we are. Okay. I might as well take the knives out so I don't hurt myself, because that would be really terrible if I cut myself on this. I'll just take the whole assembly off. There's our knife. This is stuff that I don't need to hold on to because it's all going to be pulled off. I'll use a hand tools here just for Just get it off. There we go. I'm being a dummy. This is hysterical. Look at the bit. Look at the end of it. It's screwed on. You go to the other side and it's pressure fitted. So because this one just sits in plastic, I don't even need that. I've already got a new bearing. And then this side, that's screwed in and it's, wow. Just being dumb, apparently. Let's put this in here. There, let's try this guy. Oh, look at that. And I'm over here trying to frickin' pry it off. Dummy. Look at that. Now look, we'll wiggle that out of there. Oh, easy peasy. So now, we're gonna take our bearings out. And the big bearing, as you can see here, goes on that side. So I'm gonna make sure that goes on there. Beautiful. So I'm gonna take, if I can find one, a strip of wood. I'm gonna take a chunk of it and I'm gonna drill a little bit bigger than the size of the shaft. Small block. I think, looks like a 3/8 shaft exactly. Let's do that and see if that will work for us. And I went in pretty deep. I think we're gonna get there. So the idea is we're just gonna put that there. And I'm gonna try and keep this plastic on here just to keep the oil on there. And we'll put the shaft in there. Bingo. And I think I'm gonna take, I'll take the other bearing on top here. I'm gonna take my hammer. It's going slowly but surely. The biggest thing is just don't damage anything, right? I'm gonna get this right up against it. We're close. Oh, you hear the difference? Get that ping noise. Bingo bango. We've got a bearing, got another bearing. Okay, I think we're gonna take the plastic off. Look at that beauty. Quick job. Nice and easy. Oh, look at that. That went pretty easy. Just had to clear it out a little. Okay, so now, So that pulley is technically self-tightening. So I'm not really worried about cranking on the thing. Okay, that one is off by one. Oh, too far. There we go. Now I don't hear any squealing. Gosh, what an easy job. So this is sort of the tough part because I've got those brushes for the motor in there. So I need to like, I think I got to take those off, unfortunately. Well, that's annoying. Well, let me show you. Maybe you can see it in here. Let's get a light there. See the brushes in there? Yeah, there's the springs are pressing in on it. So it's not giving enough room to get the motor assembly back in there. So these little plastic doohickeys over here, these are so you can replace the brushes. Maybe it gives me a good excuse to look what I'm doing here. There's one. So let's access this brush here. All right, so brushes are removed. Another quick blast of air on there. Make sure I get this guy back on here right. There we go. Get this guy in. Yeah. And that should slot in beautifully. Bingo. Look at that. That's freaking awesome. All right, 4 screws. So now, probably should have labeled which brush came from where, but that's right. It doesn't work this way, we'll turn around. These brushes are pretty easy because you can just pull these little plugs off, tighten them back in. That's very nice. So you can see this one kind of goes off center. There we go. The plate is on a wire, so I can do it on the spring, just pushing off the plate, it's free. You can see this brush has an angle to it. I don't know if it's going to go one way or the other, but we'll see how the machine runs, if it runs. Okay, I'm not going to put the dust collection port on. All right. It's in there. That's awesome. It's also so much quieter yet again. That's pretty freaking awesome. All right, looks like it works. So let's just get our little dust port on here. That is impressive. So my initial thoughts, other than the absolute beautiful finish, were my gauge kind of got reset, I think. I used to be cutting over here at like 330 seconds, and that would take off like, I don't know, a 64th or 132nd, something like that. But it's almost like we're like back down to 0, which is, okay, that's cool. That's pretty sweet. Really low noise, like I showed earlier. That is always a huge plus in this shop, for sure. It's already loud enough. So here's the close-up of the finish. So smooth. No chip up. So now I'm thinking we should do a paddle, because that's really what I use this hand planer on mostly. Obviously the finish on something flat, gorgeous, but paddles are curved. They have like no flat spots on them anywhere. So let's give that a go. Let's see how different it is shaping a paddle. Very interesting. It's it almost feels, because it like the knives are, I don't know how to put this. It's almost like it's bogging down because it's taking off too much material, but that was also the material I was taking off before with the straight knife, and it seemed it wouldn't bog down on it, even a 2 straight knife. Let's keep playing with it. Not a single bit of chip up, so that's pretty freaking sweet. There's the finish. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's spotless. I think I'm a little disappointed with how slow it is, though. It feels more like it's bogging down from the, not from power, but from just too much material. So it seems like the kind of the best I can do is, what was it set at? 3/64 per cut. It's not much. I used to be running technically 330 seconds. I was amazed at how quick that was. That probably took me all of, without having to film, 10 minutes to really just get that new Cutterhead in there. The quality, 10 out of 10, absolutely, for sure. For my needs, being kind of speed is what I'm more looking for, but also have a good quality. I would probably put it around a 7, unfortunately. I'm tempted to, I probably will actually, I think I'm gonna have a conversation with the guys over at CSP Tooling and just go, hey, this is my experience with this. I'm trying to look for very fast, quick cuts, more of a rough cut maybe even. But from the sounds of it, from what I'm listening to out of my own mouth, I think I just am trying to get the best of both worlds, and that's not really realistic. You want high quality, you obviously have to slow your feed rate. And if you're looking to maintain high feed rate, you're most likely going to sacrifice quality. With this specific Cutterhead, it seemed like it could handle it, but it's just the power is what's really bogging down on it. So I talked with CSP Tooling, and they said to take off 2 rows of knives, which I realized wasn't really possible.
The 2 rows they wanted me to take off were opposite rows. And the problem here is the opposites have the same number of knives in the same exact position. So there's no overlap. It would leave grooves with every single pass.
So for my needs, this planer head upgrade isn't worth it. I need a hand planer that can take off more material quickly and give me minimal chip up. For now, I'm going back to my straight knife cutter head. Maybe in the future, I'll either upgrade my machine to get a 2-row or maybe even 3-row cutter head. That can actually keep up with the minimal power of this machine. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.